Coach, I guess talk about the Bayou Classic coming up. You guys had a little break here in between the last game and this game.
We had a pretty good break. I think to get ready for the Bayou Classic, we've always had a 2-week stay. This year we had a 3-week stay. I think it's been pretty beneficial to us with respect to trying to get some guys back there who wouldn't have been able to participate. I think Tim Abney and a number of other guys are coming along pretty good. We get a chance to get Greg Fassett, who's still kind of struggling with his hamstring. So we got a number of guys that's going to really benefited us. We're just excited about going down. The whole old saying is that going back home. And to have this opportunity, I don't think the records really mean a whole lot. I think it's about pride about the state, but more so the point to go back home at this particular time and the things that occurred at Katrina. I think it's just outstanding for us to have an opportunity to lend a helping hand in the rebuilding of the new greater New Orleans, and the revenue that comes from the Bayou Classic is just fitting. So that's what we're all elated about, and we can't wait to get home.
Like you said, Coach, this is one of those games, I guess, you just kind of throw out the records because this game is the game that these guys have been talking about since the beginning. No matter what, you got to beat stuff.
You know, when spring training starts, when the fall training starts in January, you're talking about the Bayou Classic. When the summer comes around, you're talking about the Bayou Classic. When fall comes around, you're talking about the Bayou Classic. And even in the middle of the season, at the end, all of a sudden, the Bayou Classic is here. And certainly a lot of folks think the Bayou Classic is more important than championships. I differ, but the bottom line is that we're going to be prepared. We're going to come out and play 60 minutes of Tiger football, and that's really what it's all about. I know Coach Richardson's going to do an excellent job having his team prepared, and really going to boil down to who wants it the most.
You guys have a 2-game win streak. Even since you've been here, it seems like anything can happen during that game. There's been some strange things that's happened the past 5 years alone.
You know, even when we thought we had outstanding football team, you know, Southern comes down and they play outstanding. So it's a wide open ball game. I think it's going to be the team that make the least amount of mistakes, come in and execute and control field position, because they do have an outstanding punter.
I guess talk a little bit about how this game can maybe take away some of the bad taste of some of the losses that have occurred over the last few weeks.
I think our football team has progressed tremendously. We had an opportunity. We lost 5 ball games within a 12 or 15 point swing. Our guys are just starting to get better, starting to gel. And as I alluded to early on, anytime you uproot the chemistry of a football team, it takes a little time to gel. So certainly our guys have had 2 weeks of excellent practice, and I think they've been attentive. They're doing the things that we're asking for them to do, and we look forward to just coming down and just leaving it all on the field. And it's really about how well we prepare, and I think our guys are doing a good job.
You like to win every game, of course, but this game being a Southern game, how much more important is this game to the program this week, you know, Southern, the Bayou Classic and everything, compared to last week or 5 weeks ago?
I think it's more important to the fans. It's still the same issue for us as coaches, is that we try to get our team prepared week in and week out to win a football game. It's really about winning the football game, and certainly the magnitude of this game is just no different than the Michigan-Ohio State game. It's one of those games that is for the ages every year. You know, it doesn't matter what the records are. Folks still going to show up because it is the Bayou Classic. And this year's a lot more special. And I think the good Lord set it up there where the records wouldn't be a deciding factor. It comes in where everybody's going to lend a helping hand in building New Orleans. Not really what I think it boils down to this year. It's about the folks coming out supporting, all our fans being there, all the Jaguar fans being there. But it's certainly the revenue factor is going to help us rebuild New Orleans, which is really my favorite city.
Coach, you touched on it with that. It's a really important game for the fans. Can you maybe give us some insight on what it's like to be you and the guys? You know, just as it builds up, how people are, you know, I'm sure like, hey, Coach, you're going to win the Bayou Classic. Hey, you know, how that.
Well, it starts from day one. You know, it never stops. The only game that 99.9% of them talk about is winning the Bayou Classic. When you're in the fall practice, they talk about the Bayou Classic. When you're in the summer, they talking about the Bayou Classic. And then when the Bayou Classic is over, when you walking off the field, they asking you right there, you gonna win the Bayou Classic next year. So I'm saying, well, give us a chance to enjoy it this year. But certainly, it's important for our fan base. It also adds a great It's in a great venue. It adds notoriety to both of our schools that are outstanding, and the spectacle that goes along with the both bands and all the other activities that they go along with the job fairs. It's a big event where most folks have reunions and things of that nature. So that's really what the Bayou Classic is all about.
This is probably the one game you don't have to prepare your guys for because they know this is the game that we got to win.
Well, not only win, the thing is that you're on the big stage. It's the only show in town. NBC, 200 million folks are going to be watching. You get an opportunity to showcase your brand of football in front of the world. And certainly we live for it every single year because we love the pageantry and all the things that goes along with the Bayou Classic. We just can't wait to get out there. And let me tell you, I walked in that dome yesterday, and I just had chill bumps all over. They've done an outstanding job putting the dome back together. They got a lot of new features with the different advertisement boards and things of that nature on a new surface, and our guys are just going to be pumped up when they get there. And the problem I have is that every time I go to New Orleans, I get the same feeling. I get chill bumps when I roll in, and all of a sudden the Superdome pops up out of the middle of the city. So it's just one of those things for me.
When you went to New Orleans, you see the Superdome come up out of nowhere. You get chill bumps every time you get there. Is it because of the rivalry between Southern and Grambling that people get those chill bumps, so to speak?
It's
and being your favorite city?
It's simply because of the rivalry. It's simply because of the atmosphere. But when you walk in the dome, it's like no other place. You know, we play in venues all over the world. But when you walk in and you see all those seats around, it has this aura about being at home. And we just elated about it. And that's why I always get chill bumps, because that's one of the places that I think is the best place in the world to play. Even though I know folks put a whole lot of monies in a lot of these venues around the country, they still do not have that mystique of going down to the Crescent City.
But you said this game's no bigger than 2 weeks ago. Just because it's this week, it's big. I know that. But you get chill bumps every time you go down there and think about this game. All the weight's on your shoulder. The whole city's on your shoulders. You know?
I don't think big is the matter. I think it's just the idea of having guys like R.W. Jones, Collie J. Nicholson, Eddie Robinson put together a vision that now come full circle. You know, I think the thing is 14-14 right now. And when you think about something that you've visualized for quite some time and the accomplishment that these individuals have accomplished, and you have the opportunity to carry on the list, you got to get chill bumps. And I just feel blessed just to be in this position to go week in and week out to carry on the great legacy, and then have an opportunity to be on the front stage, in which these guys have started from conception.
How does that feel, having the weight on your shoulder, the city, the school, and everything, and the tradition of going down there?
It's the Grambling way. You know, they talk about every game at Grambling is a big game. We're going to get everybody's A game. We've been talking about it for quite some time. That's the Grambling mystique. You know, it was developed by those guys. So I'm glad. I'm elated about it. I cherish that opportunity every week to make certain that we can get our team prepared to come out and challenge whatever challenge they have and play very, very well.
Do you prepare for Southern the same way each year, since you guys know what they're going to do for the most part? I mean, they haven't really changed anything up, or have they?
They've changed a lot. They've changed a lot because of personnel reasons. They're not as wide open as you may think that they want to be. They really want to try to run the ball. Number 29, Allison, is an outstanding running back, and he's still trying to get the ball to number 80. So they've changed a whole lot. Back in the day, they would just come out and stay in 4-5 wide and just signal. The thing is, now what you're going to see a tight end in every now and then. They're going to look for the quarterback to run the ball on a number of occasions. So they've changed tremendously. We just got to come in and evaluate the tape, which we've done, and certainly get ready to play Tiger football, 64 minutes.
You mentioned the quarterback play, and at best you can say that the quarterback play is inconsistent. How can you prepare for a quarterback who's inconsistent when you don't know what's going to be?
Well, the thing is that they're basically going to dictate what they're going to do. You know, the inconsistency comes from the fact that whether or not he can execute the things that they're looking for him to do. Our job is to combat those things. So certainly their inconsistencies has absolutely nothing to do with us. We just got to be prepared to understand the formation. Our defense is formation recognition. So as long as we recognize the things that we see on the tape, and if they put a few wrinkles in, then we'll make those adjustments in the ball game. But other than that, it doesn't really matter who plays quarterback. It's just that some guys are better than others, and in crucial situations we look for certain things.
Coach, do you think Lee's going to start?
don't think Lee's going to start, to be perfectly honest. I think the left-hand kid is going to start. I think it's just a smoke screen to make us think that Lewis is not ready to play. I think Lewis is going to be their guy. I could be wrong, but the thing is, we're going to prepare for all three of them. We're looking for Lewis to be in the ball game because I think he has the most experience. I also think that he has the best throwing motion of them all. The other two kids are outstanding athletes, so we got to pose a few other different wrinkles in for them. But other than that, we're going to come in and expect to get Lewis as the quarterback.
Last time Brandon Landers started, it was pretty much a real run-dominated or oriented football team. Last year when when Brooks Eugene started, you guys passed the ball. What should we expect?
Well, we always try to be balanced regardless of who the quarterback may be, and it kind of dictated based on the kinds of things that they're basically giving us. You know, we're a formation recognition team on defense, but we also are a team on offense that takes what the defense gives you. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense if they're going to put 9 in the box. You're going to sit there and try to run the ball opposed to putting 1 in the box. So it's all predicated on what they try to do in order to stop our offense. And on the flip side, based on different formations, we're looking for certain things on the defense side of the ball. So one has absolutely nothing to do with the other.
If you're looking for a high-scoring game, or you think this might be a defensive battle?
It doesn't matter. We just need to win. I don't care what it is. It could be 3-0 or 2-0. It doesn't matter. Just so grab and win. I think both teams have outstanding athletes. I think Southern has played great defense. You know, they still have the ability to score points, which means that at any time anything can happen. And the thing is that they have an outstanding kicking game. So you always got to pay attention to detail when you talk about the kicking game because it really boils down to 3 phases: offensive, defensively, and then you got to look at what you do in the special team. And they have an outstanding punter. So field position is going to be a key role in this ball game.